Alright everyone, Ian here with Scotch on the Rocks, and today's episode we're going to be doing some gardening. So, my life's been pretty crazy over the last couple of weeks. I haven't had much time to upload or make videos or anything like that. But one of the big things that I enjoy doing is gardening. I enjoy taking something from seed or from sprout and making it into my own food. And it's something that also calms me down and keeps me sane sometimes, even when in this crazy world. So, this episode of Scotch on the Rocks is brought to you by Voodoo Ranger. I am not a hipster by any means, but I do enjoy the occasional India Pale Ale. So let's give this a little taste here. Well, that's good. It's very light. It's got kind of a it says tropical forest. So yeah, I could see that. It's got kind of a juice taste to it. It's not super, beer pow in your face. Hi, Ivy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show everybody kind of what my garden is, kind of the plans that we have and what we're going to do. And then I'm just going to get into it and doing some gardening. So right here we have dill. Here we have some sweet onions. Here we have some zucchini. We have some yellow onions. We have two rows of potatoes, 2 raised beds of potatoes. We have some tomatoes right here. Another set of tomatoes. And now what we're going to be planting in these we're going to be planting beans in those. But one of the coolest things that we're going to be doing is I'm going to be trying to experiment this year with mushrooms. So, as you can see, we have they're actually going to change. They're going to end up being some of these more round pots, but they're underneath the raised beds and the water's going to drip down into them. And we're going to try and grow mushrooms. So what you can see is right here, we have some manure, we have some pine shavings, and we have some just raised bed. Stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and get everything set up. We're waiting on the spores. So I ordered them online, and I ordered some morels, which are actually native to where I'm at, and 2 sets of oyster mushrooms. Those, I actually have pretty good luck with those. I've grown a few generations of those inside the house, and they seem to work really well. So we're going to try doing them outside this year. So with that, I'm going to stop talking. Actually, no, I want to show you guys one thing here. One of the plants that I'm actually super proud of, actually my wife should be super proud of, is this guy right here. So I don't know if you can see it, but this is a pitcher plant. So we got this a few years ago, and it decided that it didn't want to do any more pitchers. So it's been kind of it's been fine, it's been living and it's been growing, but it just hasn't wanted to produce pitchers. And it was the weirdest thing. One of the neat things that I like about it, though, is that it's cool to me that even plants sometimes need to eat meat. So, all right, guys, I'll be back with you in the next clip. And we are back. So we're just going to start pouring some dirt in here. I'm going to use the raised garden dirt for these ones because these are going to end up being the beans. So. Usually I have a knife on me, but I'm just kind of running around the house with like a chicken with a head cut off, so I don't actually have one, so I stole the wife's scissors, don't tell her. There we go. All right. So what I'll end up doing is I'll end up planting the beans in here. I'm going to go grab them, and then I'll just add some water, and once it settles down, I'll put a little bit more dirt back on them.
Hey, Ian.
Hey, sir, how are you?
Well, how are you doing?
Good, man.
Good.
All right, we are back. So, apparently today is just not conducive to filming YouTube, but I'm doing it anyway. but there's just a lot going on. So I'm just kind of rolling with the punches, as it were, with this. Yeah, I got some things going on out front, some things going on out back. It just seems to be a never-ending cycle, but you know, we're rolling with it. Try and get this dirt to settle just a little bit. So the instructions on the beans actually say to plant them an inch down. So what I'm trying to do is get this soil just to settle a little bit, so I know right where I'm at. I probably overfilled it, but I'd rather be overfilled than underfilled. So for those of you that don't know, the other night, if you don't follow me on Facebook, go ahead and follow me on Facebook or send me a friend request. I'm all about it. That's not a plight, but or that's not a plug or anything. But I have some stuff on Facebook that I don't have on YouTube. One of those things being last night, should have been the 11th. I saw something that I've been chasing for 35 years. I got a chance to see the Aurora Borealis, and it was absolutely amazing. So the colors that I saw, it was just one of the most gorgeous things I've ever seen, and I was so ecstatic. And it wasn't conducive to filming because I was just standing there, not saying much, just living in the moment, enjoying the Aurora Borealis. And it didn't really come up that well on camera, but I did get a couple of photos of it. So if you go on over to my Facebook, it's just Ian Smith. Check that out. You'll be able to see some of the pictures from that. And that, like I said, filming wasn't exactly conducive, but photos worked really well. Well, not really well, but they worked okay. I was able to get some, which is more than can be said for a lot of other people. So I'm happy with it. I'm waiting for this one the water to permeate now. I'll just go ahead and start on the other one. So for those of you that tuned into the live stream the other night, I appreciate that. That was awesome. I actually had a really good time. That was my first live stream ever, and had a good time with one of my other buddies. If you don't follow him, go check out the Junkyard Necromancer. He's a good buddy of mine. Good guy all around. The only thing you gotta make sure you're looking for with some of this raised bed stuff, it's some of the soil that was in there. We don't want that. See, and as we can see, it's starting to settle down a little bit, which is good. Same thing with this one. Stays all wet. I think it'll settle a little bit. Oh, rocks in this too. That's got some bark there.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Why are you planting and then moving your big heavy planter? Why don't you put your planter in place and then you plant?
Because this is on camera. That's not on camera. No, I prefer to do things the hard way. You know that.
Are you hyperlapsing?
No.
Are you recording?
I am recording. My lovely assistant in the background giving me helpful words of encouragement. So they say to plant these. So these are from Renee's garden. I don't know. I'll be honest with you guys. I just see stuff. I'm like, oh, that looks like it'd be cool, and I just grab it. I don't have any preferred company or brand that I use for growing stuff. I'm just like, oh, that looks like fun, and I just grab it, and then that's what we go with. So.
Yes, you do.
She'll attest to that. How many of these do you think I should put in each bowl there, sweetheart? They're pretty big.
Oh boy, yeah, that's a lot of beans.
That's a lot of beans, honey.
So we're probably going to be a little overcrowded, which is all right. We can always thin. I would just
half and half. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And then if you read the directions, it'll tell you how to
An inch depth.
Okay, so I would just poke some holes.
Okay. Hi, Ivy. Well, the whole family's here gardening today.
I didn't realize the rainbow bean comes from the fact that there's just a lot of varieties in this package. I thought it was one.
Its own bean?
Yeah, one fancy.
Like Jack and the Beanstalk?
Yep.
Right on.
So, we're going to have all kinds of things coming up here. We may have to thin them, and you know what? They may not all
germinate.
Germinate.
Right.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right.
All right, we're going to move this guy over to where it was before.
Go
I'll
ahead.
Move that.
You move. Just a pro tip: you can water in place, but you can also move it for arm day.
For arm day, yes. All right, I'll take you guys with me as opposed to doing it the extra hard way. All right, there you go. Now you can see what's going on.
Your beans, your magic beans.
Your magic beans. So what happens if we find a golden hen?
I think that's a goose.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know if Ivy's going to get along with the goose.
Oh, yeah, that's true. We'll be rich, though. Allegedly. It is until Uncle Sugar comes in and takes his cut.
Oh, dear. It's that kind of channel.
Oh, yeah, it is that kind of channel. You know that. So for those of you that don't know, that weren't watching the live stream, I'm actually a member of the city council in my town. Gotta be honest with you, everybody. Politics is not what it was cracked up to be. I'm finding myself, I'm not enjoying it as much as I thought I would, considering I went to college for it and I wanted to run for president. And yeah, it's not all it's cracked up to be. I find myself spending the majority of time putting out wildfires or brush fires in the city, is not actually doing anything I would deem worthy of expert leadership. So with that, I'm gonna pause this video and we're gonna get back to setting everything up for the mushrooms. Alright everyone, so if you can hear in the background, my neighbor decided to start mowing his lawn. Not conducive to filming. The other thing that's not conducive to filming is that we didn't get everything that we needed. We're working our way kind of through this whole mushroom thing, and we found that we need to get some straw. So what I'm gonna do, and my lovely assistant are gonna do, we're gonna go get some straw. I'm gonna stop filming here for a little bit because again, I don't want to be filming through all that. When I come back, I'm gonna show everybody how we're setting up our mushroom beds. This is all an experiment. We're just seeing how it goes. Maybe we'll get some, maybe we won't. It's all just, we're throwing it out there and seeing what happens. So, I will see you guys in the next clip. All right, everybody, and we are back. So, we went to the store, we picked up this big old
Bale of straw.
bale of straw.
Bale of
Yes.
straw.
And so we're going to get back to doing the mushrooms. We already did one just off camera just to kind of see where we were at, kind of what we wanted to do. But I'm going to hand it kind of over to my lovely assistant here, and she's going to kind of walk you through what her ideas are.
Keeping in mind, we have no idea what we're doing.
No idea what we're doing.
This is all an experiment.
We are absolutely winging this.
But
So.
we did realize some straw would be a good idea in these baskets, just so things won't leak out those holes. We want the holes for the mushrooms to come through, but we don't want all the other stuff to fall out. So, just gonna kind of make a nest here.
There you go.
And then part of our scattershot approach is let's give the mushrooms a little bit of everything, see if they like it. So we're gonna put in some of our firewood bark, and I think this is red fir. Mushrooms are supposed to like red fir. And also this is just gonna help keep our soil in there. We're actually not using soil, we're using this composted manure.
Yes.
Mushrooms are supposed to like poo, so we're
going
find
for it.
out.
Yeah. We're literally taking a shotgun approach to this whole thing. Like, no, all right, let's try it. We'll see what happens.
These ones that we're gonna put in here are oyster mushrooms, and they're supposed to be amenable to most growing conditions. So there's got to be something in here that they're gonna like. Some people just grow them in straw. So hopefully something in here pleases them.
So
and I think we did bark on the next, or oh, that's right. Yeah, we're gonna seed it with the spawn here on the poo.
Basically, what ended up happening was I got one of those little kits. I got one of those kits from the store. As you can see, I mean, it kind of wants to, it kind of doesn't want to. I don't know. We're gonna throw it in there, and we're just gonna see. So we're just gonna break it up here. Again, can't reiterate this enough. This is all just a shotgun approach. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But we just wanted to kind of see, you know, we just wanted to do a science experiment, I guess. Is that too much? Or
that's good for that layer. And then let's grab the pine shavings.
Yes. You already have one open?
Yeah, but I actually saved it for, we just did them halfway, so when our spawn arrives, we can spawn the middle, cover it, and then spawn the top. Hopefully get some decent growth that way. We didn't have access to something like hardwood sawdust, so we just bought some pine shavings, like hamster bedding. Definitely don't get cedar, because cedar has natural antibacterial and antifungal properties, so I don't think it's very mushroom friendly. Again, guessing here. But pine should be okay. And then we're just going to kind of give it a pine shaving and compost lasagna here.
Actually, good term for it. We're making mushroom lasagna.
And then did we just do another spawn right on top of that?
Yes,
I think
we did,
yeah.
Because I want to use up the entire parade.
Sure.
Because at this point, all it's doing is just sitting in the basement, not doing anything.
Ian insisted on growing these in his bathroom.
Yes.
Where it was nice and moist.
And to be fair, it actually worked really well until it didn't. So I don't know. Again. Yeah, like I've said before, I'm willing to be the guinea pig. I'm willing to try out new things and see where it goes. If it works, great. And the other cool thing is that if it does work really incredibly well, we have a document. We can go back and be like, hey, this worked perfect.
And for all we know, this spawn could be dead because it did produce, and then kind of stopped. But
it's been I've been getting little needles, like little
what do they call them? Spikes?
Yeah, little spikes here and there. Yeah, so. Who knows? Who knows where we're going to go from here?
All right, you want to chip it?
Yeah, let's chip it. There's probably gloves on for this.
Probably. Nine splinters.
Fun. Now, the other thing that we did not do, which they recommend that you do, is we didn't disinfect or sterilize any of this. We're just winging it. I didn't have the time, you know, I don't have the time to sit down and sterilize a whole bunch of pine shavings and straw and all that stuff. So we're winging it, man. This is absolutely winging it.
Then we're just gonna cap it off with a nice straw top. They said oyster mushrooms are pretty friendly to non-sterile conditions. We'll find out.
Yeah, well.
Then we're gonna put it in place, and you can give it a water.
The other thing that I had, they talk about how everything has to be sterilized, but morels grow wild. So I mean, I guess that's kind of where I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around. If there's mosses and other stuff that's an issue, maybe, but if they could grow in the wild just down the street from a burn, I don't understand why we couldn't get them to grow, in a semi-controlled conditions, at our house. So. So, last one. So, these two have actual spawn in them. They actually have the brick in them. We're going to see. These ones we're just getting set up for when the syringes with the actual spawn come in. So
this one we're going to set up for morels. Now, morels are notoriously difficult to grow domestically. That's why there's still such a huge market in picking wild morels. Again, we're guessing.
Yep.
Morels like trees. They grow with trees. So I lined this with the fir bark, and I think we decided we're just going to do wood chips and compost.
Yes.
No straw for this one.
Yep.
Don't think they like straw. So we're just going to lasagna this one. I think we'll only do it halfway. That way we can, again, spawn the center and then spawn the top. No straw, did we?
yeah, I think we agreed no straw. Well,
I don't know.
do we want to try? Again, we're I can't see. We are shotgunning
Science
this.
experiment.
We're I don't know how much straw is in the wild. I mean, there's
Maybe
some.
we'll cap it. We'll cap
Okay.
it with straw.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you want to grab the... Here, you can do this
Okay.
one. I'll do this one. And in fact, I don't even know if we need to lasagna this one.
Okay.
We might even be able to just mix it, but
Okay.
also it's lazier to not mix it.
That is.
Just layer it.
It's just layer it.
Alright, you can go ahead with yours. And I think we can grow some right around this edge.
Okay.
I know the Appalachian forager grows oyster mushrooms in her backyard and nothing but laundry baskets, so we'll see.
Yeah, we will see, man. Like I said, I don't know. So let's see here. How much of a science experiment is this? How much money do we have wrapped up in this? Let's be honest with ourselves here for a second.
Total,
So the spawns
maybe-
were each $20.
it's that 60.
Yep.
Um,
Plus these.
the nursery pots were like, I want to say I paid $40 for 5 of them. We had to have 2 for your beans, so these are kind of a leftover.
Okay, so then we'll count that in the. We don't have to count that
Yeah.
because we'll end up reusing them anyway.
Firewood's like $200 a cord. But
No, it's $150 a cord. Thank you. I split it myself.
These were like $7,
Right, so
$10 for
$50.
sack of manure. Maybe $100 total for
Okay,
everything.
$100 total for everything.
For a fun science
I'm
experiment.
willing to pay $100 just to see what happens.
Well, look, something's gonna grow in these.
That's-
It might not be what
It might
we
not be
want,
what we want. Yeah.
but something's gonna grow.
So it's gotta grow.
And the theory is that catching the runoff from the raised beds
Yes.
will maybe give it some added nutrients, recycle some water.
Yeah.
Look at us saving the planet.
That's right.
That's good.
Yeah, and I really like mushrooms, so. Good. It's seasonably warm out here, huh?
It's so warm. It's only April. It shouldn't be this warm.
That's May.
April, May.
May.
Oh,
It's May 11th.
I've been real busy.
Yeah.
A little distracted.
A little distracted, but yeah.
All right, I will wait
Okay.
for the rest of this
Perfect.
one. And how did we do our initial bucket? Did I straw? Yeah, straw.
Yes.
And I think it was the same. It was just
Yeah.
compost
Yep.
and
So we're gonna
chips,
straw
just
top that. Yeah, we're gonna.
Just
okay.
no bark around the
Yep.
edge.
Perfect. So, let's see here. What else? Is that it? Or do we have one more?
Yeah, this last guy.
Okay. And he is going to be
He's another
oyster.
oyster.
So we can. Okay.
Because you
Yep.
got two varieties of oyster. You got
Yes.
an Italian and
A regular, just same one. Yeah. Pink
Pink oyster?
Yeah, pink oyster.
all right. So there's your other bag of doo-doo.
Okay. Here we go.
Oh no, we can't garden without beer. No.
The rules. Oh God. Just
No, it's okay.
That's all right. I wouldn't put it back. It's feeling quite parched on this hot day.
All right, you can chip it.
All right.
I didn't realize the neighbor was still mowing. Film over it.
There we go. That's better. Is that enough? Or you want some more?
I think that's good.
Okay.
Did you show everybody our bees?
I will. That's going to be my outro.
Cool.
Yeah, it's going to be my outro.
You guys can meet the bees.
Yeah, you guys can be. So, you may or may not be able to hear it on camera, but we have apple trees.
That one's an apple.
Yeah, we have apple trees, and so about I don't know, mile and a half up the road, there is an apiary. No, not an apiary.
Yes.
It is an apiary. Yeah, they have their own bees, and every year, right around this time, the bees come down, and it sounds like it is awesome. I don't even know how to describe it. It's just like the whole tree just buzzes, and it just all of our trees buzz, all of our plants buzz. We have bumblebees all over the place, and it's just a really, really cool spot to hang out. You know what I mean? Like it's just all you hear is zzz, it's really cool, and we try to save as many of the bumblebees as we can. You know, when they get kind of lost, and you know.
Oh, yeah, actually.
Again, I'm not a stone cold hippie, but remember, without bees, we have no food. What were you gonna say? Hon?
Ivy had a bumblebee out here. She was investigating, and she was pressing on it a little bit hard with her nose. So I had to
Yes.
rescue
Yeah.
him. I think that was yesterday. Oh, you know what? I need to slow down. We're at about halfway here. So
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and
Call it good.
leave that guy.
All right. I will-
I'll just leave this
Okay.
close with him,
What about this?
and we can leave that with him too.
Okay.
All right, so we're ready
Yeah.
when the
Sweet.
spawn comes.
Sweet.
And now we're going to figure out what to do with 7/8 of a bale of straw.
I want to say something, but it's not YouTube appropriate.
We'll say it off camera.
Okay, let's say it off camera. So many things I want to say. But, hey guys, so that's going to be it. I'm going to do the outro, but let's see here. I'm actually going to take my mic pack off. I'm going to completely pull the mic, or I might just throw the mic pack in the tree and see if you can hear it. So, I'll show you here. Take yours. Hopefully it's quiet enough. All right, everybody. So I want to thank you guys for tuning into this episode. It's a little bit of a shorter episode this time around, but I just wanted to kind of show everybody kind of the experiments that we're trying with mushrooms and kind of what I'm doing as far as my garden. I appreciate all your guys' continued membership and watching the videos. And if there's a comment that you guys, if there's something that you want to see, leave a comment in the video. I've already got a couple of ideas just based on that alone. And with that, I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.